Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to go over how to use Power Query to convert numbers stored as text into numbers. So in this example I've got a list of some of the top rated animated movies, and we've got this value here that shows us the length of the movie in minutes, and I want to convert this into just a raw number. I want to get rid of where it says MIN after it, and I just want to convert this into a number. So I'm going to use Power Query to do that. So I'll go over how to parse this out and also how to convert that into a number. So for starters, I'm going to go to the Data tab and hit From Table or Range on the Get and Transform Data section. And so it's going to detect the table automatically, leave the default in place, and I'm going to hit OK. It's going to open up Power Query, and the first thing I'm going to do is parse out those minutes, right? So instead of having MIN, you can easily get that out. And I'm going to show you how you can do that without really knowing much about Power Query, or not wanting to spend a whole lot of time doing Power Query functions. So I can select this entire column, and then on Add Column, there's an option for Column from Examples. Click on that, and basically what this is you're going to give Power Query some examples of what you want the end result to be, and it's going to try to figure it out. So, for example, I've got 30 minutes here, so I just want the number 30. So I type in 30, just like that, it's figured out. So this is a really simple process. As you can see, it's parsed out all that for you. It even shows you this formula that it's created to do this. So it's use text dot before delimiter. So basically it's taking a look at this value and taking everything before that space right there. That's acting as a delimiter and pulling that in. So it's not a complicated function. If you ever wanted to learn Power Query, that's an easy way to do it, is using the text by or column from examples, and then basically spit out whatever you need. This was fairly simple, so I just needed to enter that one example. Anyways, that's done. I'm going to hit OK, and it's created that column. Now the next thing I want to do is convert this into an actual number. Two ways we can do this. One, and the easiest way, is really just selecting where it has ABC here, and then selecting a whole number. And just like that, it aligns to the right, tells us that that is a number. So that is really all you would need to do to accomplish that. Now you could also do this through a formula. So I'll do that. So I'll X that out and select the option for a custom column. Right. So what we could do here is, let's say we've already got minutes. So I'm just going to say duration, and I'm going to select the function that's number.from, and here I'm going to select text before delimiter, which is what I used here. Close that out, and it does the exact same thing. So it does the same thing as if you were to just change that by changing it into a whole number. Now we could take this and combine it with the previous formula that was in this step here, where we did text dot before delimiter. So if I go back into here, instead of using my output from that step, why don't I do this? So I'll do text before delimiter. So use that function. And sometimes when you type stuff in Power Query, we select the formula, it adds on to the text you've already done. So just watch for that if it gives you an error. So text before delimiter. So I'm using the minutes and my delimiter, as you saw in the example, just empty quotes. So it's first going to do text before delimiter, pull that delimiter out, close that out, and then take the number from this. So we've got a compounded formula here in Power Query where it's going to do two things at once. It's going to take that delimiter, use that delimiter to get the number before it, and then convert it into a number. So I'm going to hit OK. And so it looks like it's done nothing, but basically it's done the same thing as those two steps. So now that I've done that, I actually don't need this step, the insert before delimiter. So I can X this out, delete it, and you'll see I still have that calculation working, because now I'm eliminating that step. But I just wanted to show you a couple ways you can do it. You can either do it the way where you're going step by step in Power Query, or just doing it through a formula. Now, the advantage of using a formula is obviously fewer steps, because every time you're refreshing your Power Query, it's going to run through those steps one by one. So if you can imagine, if you got a lot of steps to go through when you're doing that process, it can just add to that processing time. So if you can put it into a single formula like that, it can be a bit more efficient, and also easier to audit later on when you're reviewing it to see what happened. You don't have to go through as many steps, and you can rename this step. Let's say converting numbers, or whatever you want to use. But anyways, just wanted to show you how you can convert numbers in Power Query, and also do a little bit of parsing as well.